Hello and welcome to this chat party here for the final Olympic qualifying tournament for the FIBA Olympic qualifiers. It is Lithuania against Puerto Rico in just a bit. Hello, I'm Paolo De Rosario. Thank you very much for joining us here online. And you can follow me on X at Paolo De Rosario and on Instagram at Paolo De Rosario. And interesting to see what you guys have to say about this matchup, in particular with Lithuania trying their best to make it back to the Olympic scene after missing out in the 2020 Tokyo Olympics, and Puerto Rico trying to end a 20-year Olympic drought. Of course, the last time they actually made it to the Olympics, or at least one of the more recent times, was back in Athens, wherein they were able to produce quite the show there for themselves. Of course, it's going to be a bit difficult to do that against a very tough Lithuanian team, but with Puerto Rico coming in with a bit of support from the home side, from the home the home fans, it's going to be an interesting matchup between these two, especially with the fact that Puerto Rico is going into this one as the upset-minded group, and should they get going and the fans get going behind them, it's going to be tough here for Lithuania to pull up with the victory. But of course, they say that the ball is round, it bounces wherever it goes. We'll find out who will come out on top and book that final ticket to the Paris Olympics 2024. Now, for those wondering if this is where they're going to be able to watch the game itself, unfortunately, that will not be the case. It's just going to be a second screen that you could have on the side. If you prefer this type of commentary, please go ahead and keep this on. Of course, the stats will also be flashed on the screen right over here, so make sure to watch out as well for that. But also remember the key factor, the key feature we have here, that this is a chat party, and we cannot wait to hear what everyone has to say from all over the world, whether you be from Lithuania, Puerto Rico, or wherever else. We want to hear what you got to say about this matchup between these two nations. Of course, the matchup happening in the Puerto Rico Coliseum, the Jose Miguel Agrelot, or El Chori in Puerto Rico. And of course, we cannot wait to hear some of the traveling fans of Lithuania who have always been such a great crowd for Lithuania wherever they go. And they're going to have, I'm sure, a lot of nerves, a lot of carjack moments in this one, especially with a Puerto Rico team that will be riding high on emotion and on the sport of the people watching there from their hometown, or from the home crowd in Puerto Rico. Of course, for this Lithuanian team, you're gonna have to watch out for certain familiar names and key figures here. But then you have to focus on Marius Grigonis in particular, leading the way here in terms of scoring for Lithuania, 20.7 points per game. Tremont Waters on the other end for Puerto Rico. So Lithuania being led by Grigonis and Tremont Waters leading the way for Puerto Rico in terms of scoring, at least in this tournament. But, Domantas Sabonis, another big name for Lithuania that everyone knows about, did not produce well in terms of scoring in the semifinals against Italy. It was an 88-64 one-sided contest in favor of Lithuania. They did not need Domantas Sabonis to score as much there, but don't be surprised if he factors in big in this one, especially with the final being what it is. Of course, on the other end, you have to look at the rebounding battle between Sabonis and Arnaldo Toro of the Puerto Rican side, who is the leading rebounder of that group. And for Puerto Rico, you're going to have to be wondering where else can they get offense and make things work. Of course, you have to think about Jose Alvarado, Grand Theft Alvarado, in particular, 12 points in his last game against Mexico in the semifinals, and also registered 3 assists and 3 rebounds. Of course, 1 steal to go with that. Let's see whether or not he can provide a bit of a spark, a bit of an X factor here for this Puerto Rican team against a Lithuanian side filled with height, filled with a lot of strength in the interior, as well as a hot shooting from beyond the arc. That's going to be a number that we have to watch out for. They only shoot 36.6% from beyond the arc for the entire tournament. But if you take a look at their matchup against Italy, in their last game. They were able to burn them from beyond the arc in particular. They had that strong surge between the second and third quarter that really just saw them pull away from the Italians in the semifinals. We'll take a look at those numbers in just a bit. But then, in terms of the game stats here, the 3-point shooting for the Lithuanians, a cool 40% against Italy in what turned out to be a one-sided contest. Lithuania shot 12 of 30 from beyond the arc, with, of course, Marius Grigonis 1-point shooting 6 of 7 from beyond the arc. He finished at 60% with 6 of 10. Let's see if there is going to be a bit of a recovery on that end, or at least if we're going to see a repeat performance rather between the semifinals performance and of course what we're going to see here in the final. Once again, thank you very much for joining us on this chat party. This is not going to be where you can watch the game. Please do have it on the side. You can catch that on courtside 1891.basketball for the live stream on FIBA. Of course, also check out the local providers wherever you are for the FIBA Olympic Qualifying tournaments. Again, this is the final Olympic Qualifying tournament after the editions in Greece, Spain, and Latvia have already concluded. Puerto Rico will be the last venue, or at least this will be the final piece of the puzzle for the tournament happening in the Paris 2024 Olympics. And it's just such an interesting way where we're going to find out who is going to be the last team booking their ticket to Paris, the Paris Olympics. And of course, you're going to get to see a lot of fans commenting on the side for this particular matchup between these two. Of course, a lot of fans in Lithuania and a lot of fans are going to come in and make themselves heard. Of course, we'd like to say hello to Brian and Amy Jensen, who are now welcome to MVP. Of course, you can subscribe to the FIBA YouTube and have really make yourselves heard here, as we are seeing more and more people here from Puerto Rico in particular joining us here on the chat, make themselves heard. Of course, we're seeing a couple of languages here, not just Spanish, and I'm going to assume we're going to see a bit of Lithuanian as well. So yes, this will be an English commentary here, or at least an English side commentary that you can have for those who want a different view, of course, of what you're going to hear from the local broadcast or even on the FIBA live stream. Again, we are only going to be able to provide you with a bit of the scores and stats here on the side, and of course a few of my comments as well. Hopefully I can provide some value with regards to that. And of course the Lithuanian team and the Puerto Rican team are coming in with a lot of pressure, but I'm sure they eat pressure for breakfast. They are going into this one with a lot at stake. It is not a series, it is a single game elimination. A winner goes to Paris. The stakes could not be higher. Lithuania looking to finally make it back to the Olympics after missing out in Tokyo. And of course, Puerto Rico trying to barge back into the Olympic scene after a very long absence, at least by their standards, I'm sure. But with the lineup that they have, why not? They have the home crowd behind them as well. There was more than 12,000 people who watched that semifinals, that saw them book their spot here to this dance with Lithuania. Can they make a difference here today? We are going to find out in just a bit. So don't go away. You're watching this chat party, and make yourselves heard, as we mentioned a while ago. And we're going to try and read a few of the comments here on the side, and of course hopefully my colleagues will be able to provide bit of translations as well, especially when you consider the fact that my Spanish is not very good, and I'm not even gonna try. But let's see what we can extract from this chat party, and whether or not we can have some more Lithuania fans come on in this chat here on the side. Of course, make themselves heard. We are, I believe, on subscriber only mode in terms of the chat. So do subscribe here to the FIBA basketball channel on YouTube and make yourselves be heard. So, yes, for those wondering, Sweet Love is wondering, is this going to be the stream of the game? No, it's not. You can catch that on courtside1891.basketball. That's the way where that's a place where you can come out and watch the stream as well. And of course, check out your local providers wherever you are to see which broadcasters are showing the FIBA OQT. Of course, the final FIBA OQT here to find out who makes it to the Paris Olympics. Of course, I'll be pouring through the stats as well. But of course, thank you very much for joining us. For those who want a live, the live stats here that you could all check out for yourself, check out FIBA.basketball for the Olympic qualifying tournament sub pages, and check out the live stats happening, or this will be updated throughout the contest. As right now the teams are going through their pre-game warm-ups. Again, Lithuania and Puerto Rico. Let's take a look at some of the stats here to try and figure out the comparisons here between these two in terms of points scored here. Very little difference here. Lithuania with a 1-point advantage with 93 points scored per game in this particular OQT, while Puerto Rico have 92.3. Rebounding, Puerto Rico do have a slight advantage there, 43.7 against the 38.3 rebounds per game for Lithuania. And there's also an advantage here for Puerto Rico in terms of offensive rebounding. But let's see whether or not that's going to be the case here against Lithuania, who have actually crashed the boards pretty well, especially in that last game in the semifinals against Lithuania. In terms of offensive rebounding, they registered 15 big offensive rebounds against the Italians in what was a one-sided contest. They went on that nice little run between the second and third quarters to really push away against Italy. You take a look at the game stats here between Italy and Lithuania. Points of turnovers, 14 points of turnovers for Lithuania. Second chance points, 15 points scored there, courtesy of the the 15 offensive rebounds that Lithuania managed to bring down. Of course, a poor rebounding night for Italy, 26-20 in favor of Lithuania in terms of that stat line. On the other end, in the game between Puerto Rico and Mexico in the semifinals, Mexico actually got off to a better start, had a bit of the lead going in the second quarter, but then Puerto Rico never looked back from there. Biggest scoring run for the Puerto Ricans was a 10-0 run, and led most of the way, led by as much as 25 at one point, and shot the ball particularly better when they combine the 2-point shooting and the 3-point shooting. 47% for the Puerto Rican side, with them shooting 35.1% from beyond the arc. Offensive rebounding, Mexico did a better job at that, but at the same time, they were able to score 24 big points out of turnovers. They forced Mexico into 15. Let's see whether or not that number could go up or down in this one. So we're gonna get ready for tip-off in just a bit, as the protocols are going to be done here, as I am going to make sure that my stream in particular is working out as well. So I will join everyone around the world with this stream. As I am setting up as well. Of course, for those wondering, you can catch this on courtside 1891, which is where I'm going to be catching this. Of course, for those wondering where I am from, I'm from the Philippines, so no bias there. We are already out of the competition after taking a brutal loss against Brazil in the last OQT in Latvia and Riga. And of course, thank you very much for joining us here. The game has already started here between these two, Lithuania and Puerto Rico. No scoring yet, but of course that will change in a hurry. As these two, this could be a cagey affair here. Lithuania actually have, Puerto Rico have actually held their opponents down in terms of scoring throughout this OQT. It'll be interesting to see whether or not they could actually hold down Lithuania. As right now, just a couple of fouls here, a turnover as well. Of course, turnover coming for courtesy of a steal from Ismael Romero, who scores the first basket here for the Puerto Ricans. And again, you take a look at the fact that this Puerto Rican side, even though it is a home game, are going into this one as underdogs. As my live stream has gotten going here. Of course, a block there from Skis, with the defensive rebound coming from Domantas Sabonis, who we are going to assume will have a bigger role to play here as compared to the last semifinal appearance they had, wherein he only scored 6 points. As Jokubaitis gets a pull-up jumper to go here for Lithuania. So let's see what happens here between these two. As my stream is going, and I hope that everyone has started enjoying this one as well. Good basket made there by Jokubaitis, finishing that three-point opportunity. Now Jokubaitis, one of the guys here who could make a big difference. Good guard who has started to make a name for himself here for Lithuania. Had the chance to watch him in the last FIBA Basketball World Cup. Thoroughly impressed with what we saw there. As Puerto Rico have now upped their lead here. As Jose Alvarado getting a three-pointer from the corner. I'm sure making the home fans really happy with the start that they got. Every move here by Puerto Rico. Huge cheers from the home crowd in San Juan. Lithuania swinging things around. As Raymond Waters draws a foul after a steal from Jose Alvarado. Of course, Alvarado. Grand Theft Alvarado. Everyone loves that nickname. One of the more complicated nicknames we have in world basketball here today. And one I thoroughly enjoy for sure as we take a look at that last foul. Practically a take foul there, but won't be called as such. Just trying to stop the transition there. But Domantas Sabonis coming up with a defensive rebound after Trayvon Waters' step back jumper was off the mark. Of course, Trayvon Waters has been one of the better producers here for his squad as Alvarado gets a basket off a steal again. Boy, he's been active hands and active on the run. Turnover came from Domantas Sabonis again right after that possession, with Puerto Rico off to a really hot start here. Alvarado doing what he does best, just being a disruptor here for Puerto Rico. And Lithuania having a hard time just getting any sort of rhythm. Of course, Sabonis with the turnover a while ago. So we tried to see what exactly happened there. It came off A little pick and roll didn't work out, as Grigonis has yet to really figure in this matchup as well, after again shooting 6 of 10 in the semifinals against Italy. Well, if you're Puerto Rico, you want to get off to that red hot start to try and put Lithuania under pressure. Puerto Rico, a bit of a disadvantage in terms of the size, but they are finding ways here to be very disruptive, as Jose Alvarado misses from beyond the arc. Grigonis comes away with a defensive rebound. It's Lithuania's chance here to trim this down to a single-digit deficit nearing the halfway point of this first quarter, as the Puerto Rican fans are making themselves be heard here on this chat party presented by Smart. Has another turnover here coming from Lithuania. Domantas Sabonis with another offensive foul. That is something that we're going to have to watch out for. The foul count here shown, the foul count here from Lithuania, with Sabonis and Jokubaitis being some of the first players here, as well as Marius Grigonis, first players here with fouls for Lithuania. Already 3 fouls for them, as Pinheiro gets a layup here from Puerto Rico. Tremont Waters credited with that assist, and it's a 9-3 start here for Puerto Rico. They have been active on the defensive end, forcing Lithuania to a lot of turnovers, and Puerto Rico, boy, making them pay here. Take a look at some of the numbers and to see just how many turnover points there have been. There's already been 6 turnover points here for Puerto Rico. As a timeout after George Condit, coming off a defensive rebound from Jose Alvarado, gets a dunk and forces a timeout here for Lithuania. They have started out ice cold here, and Puerto Rico enjoying what's happening. Ronald Johnson joins us via the FIBA Basketball YouTube channel subscription. Thank you very much for joining us. Again, encouraging everyone on the side here to join and subscribe as well, and join in on the party in this chat party. And again, 3-11 start here for Puerto Rico. Lithuania only having 3 points, while Puerto Rico just so disruptive on the defensive end, forcing turnovers, forcing steals, and it has been one-way traffic at least here early on, near the halfway point of this first quarter, but things could change really quickly. Looking at some of the numbers, already 4 turnovers for Lithuania, and resulting in 6 turnover points here in favor of Puerto Rico. And most of the points here coming from the paint here for Puerto Rico, just attacking the basket, coming out strong and sprinting after the turnovers, and after winning back the possession, ending it with the defensive rebounds. And Lithuania, boy, back to the drawing board for them, but Domantas Sabonis and the rest of the guys wearing white right now really have to shape up here, because Puerto Rico are enjoying a party in San Juan, as we're seeing replay after replay here. That dunk in particular from Condon, what a slam there. Great feed coming from Alvarado as well. They are just playing with so much freedom. Behind the back pass off to an on-rushing George Condit, the 4th for that slam. No wonder the timeout was skewed, as Lithuania looking for an answer here. Well, they go to Kuzminskas, who missed a 3-point jumper right out of the timeout. So a chance for this Lithuanian team to try something a bit more here. And they finally get it through Rokas Jokubaitis after he gets an offensive rebound and gets the jumper to fall. Jokubaitis had a little nice fake there, trying to get free off the guard. Got a bit of freedom, and will go to line to shoot 2, as Jose Alvarado committed a foul. Jokubaitis finished the 3-point play, and all of a sudden it's 11-6. And Lithuania, after that timeout to slow things down, are back in this ball game. That was actually also a better ball movement there from Lithuania, and an important one there, because they only had 1 assist in this game so far. We'll see if they can change that and get some ball movement in. No 3-pointers scored yet here for Lithuania. It's not for lack of trying, though. They haven't had the looks. Only 0 of 1 from beyond the arc here very early on, nearing the halfway point of this game. As Puerto Rico looking for ways to score here. A little kickball will mean that the Puerto Ricans will have another look in this possession. Back to a 14-second shot clock. As Puerto Rico looking to increase their advantage, with Jose Alvarado hitting a big triple here, but then Grigonis answering back with 3 as well. Big baskets here from both sides as Jose Alvarado has come out here as a man on a mission. But Grigonis, who scored 6 of 10 from beyond the arc in the semifinals, was able to make himself be felt here, despite not being necessarily the biggest star name on this Lithuanian team. But take a look at this. Lithuania starting to feel themselves a bit more, coming off a block from Sabonis. They go the other way on the break, and Lithuania score what was a clear path to the rack with the basket, as George Condit IV misses a layup on the other end. Jokubaitis will check out. As of course, just a lot happening here as I get my own stream sorted out. Probably too many screens open. This is just supposed to be a second screen experience, by the way, guys. So make sure that you do catch the game itself through all your own providers in your own countries, wherever you are watching around the world. But of course, if you cannot, if you want to watch something online as well, do check out 1891 courtside 1891.basketball. And of course, thank you once again to those joining us and subscribing on this YouTube chat party, subscribing here to FIBA. Again, Narciso Hernandez and Ronald Johnson in particular. Welcome to MVP and welcome to Rookie, respectively. It is a 3-point ball game in San Juan. After a good start from Puerto Rico, Lithuania are knocking on the door here. Just a one-possession ball game. A foul drawn here by Jose Alvarado. After that defensive rebound means that Puerto Rico will walk this one into the half court. A couple of changes here from Lithuania as well. Take a look at the game stats that we have here so far. And it has been a good shooting night here from beyond the arc for Puerto Rico in particular. Shooting at 67%, 2 of 3 from beyond the arc. All of the attempts, by the way, coming from a certain Jose Alvarado, already with 8 points in this game. So at the moment, Jose Alvarado only trailing by Lithuania by 3. It is Lithuania 11, Jose Alvarado 8. Of course, Pinheiro and Condit IV, as well as Ismael Romero, have chipped in with 2 points each for Puerto Rico as well. On the Lithuanian side, though, need to find more scoring coming apart from Rokas Jokubaitis, who has had 2 of 3 from the field here so far. As well as a couple of free throws to be the leading scorer here for Lithuania. And a couple more changes here. So Alvarado will go to the bench for the first time. It will be Gian Clavel coming in here for Puerto Rico. And Davon Reed for Pinheiro as well. You gotta wonder just what type of bench production we're going to see from these two as well. Of course, that can make all the difference in this contest, in this game. Again, very early on here, reading some of the chats here at the chat party here on the YouTube page, and Bebo, who I'm assuming is for Puerto Rico, says, oh, they're just chilling. But Domantas Sabonis coming up big here. First, and regain the lead here, actually giving the lead here to Lithuania 15-14, and a missed layup for George Condit IV. Well, how quickly can this game change? Puerto Rico looked so active early on here in the first quarter, but after that timeout coming from Lithuania, things have changed. As Sabonis with back-to-back baskets here. Another layup here for Domantas Sabonis, making it 17-14. Just a one-possession ball game, but Puerto Rico need to get things sorted here. Just great defense shown here by Lithuania, just crowding the paint here, making things a bit difficult for Puerto Rico in the interior. And of course, Sabonis establishing himself in the paint. No Valanciunas here for Lithuania, as with a minute 40 left, they're going to be happy talking about Puerto Rico that Sabonis has checked out for the meantime. And it is, of course, another player with some NBA pedigree. Donatas Montejunas checks in for him. Arnaldo Toro, as well as Jordan Howard, comes in for Puerto Rico with Condit the fourth checking out for the meantime. Missed shot here coming from Gianclavel with a 3-point step back off the mark. Again, just a one possession ball game. 3-point lead here for Lithuania. Puerto Rico will be buoyed by their strong start here in this first quarter, but then Lithuania righting the ship and coming up with a 3-point advantage with just over a minute left to play here in quarter number 1. And a great defensive stand here coming from Lithuania. 24-second shot clock violation, so we go the other way. Missed shot there coming from Kuzminskas. Of course, if you're Puerto Rico, you're going to be hoping that you will hold down this Lithuanian team. They actually have had a great tournament in terms of limiting scoring opposing scorers. But it's going to be a tough task against a Lithuanian team who have only missed really just one Olympic Games in their history since they became an independent nation back in the 90s. So, again, for those wondering, you can join our YouTube membership and unlock exclusive content, custom badges, dedicated Discord server, and members-only videos that you could enjoy. Of course, let us know who you think is going to get it between Lithuania and Puerto Rico in this one. We're going to read some of the chats here. Of course, we're seeing more Lithuanian fans coming up in the chat party. 17-14 the count. So we have a few people here mentioning the score, but take a look at Davon Reed scoring a 3-pointer here for Puerto Rico, making it a tied ball game. Back to square one. As a foul drawn here by Ulanovas. $17 here. This is exactly what we expected from these two. 2 free throws here for Edgaras. This is what we expected from these two. Just nip and tuck here. It is a vibrant atmosphere at El Choli in Puerto Rico in San Juan. 17-all. Can the fans here be the X factor for Puerto Rico? As Montejunas was actually the one given the free throws. He makes the 2 free throws here to give the lead back to Lithuania. But a 3 from Puerto Rico, you can see them sneak away with the lead, and a 2-pointer will tie it up here before the end of the first quarter. But good stand here, good matchup between these two here at the end of the first quarter, or at least towards the end of the first quarter. Let's see how it does end. Jordan Howard getting the basket here to tie things up with only 2 seconds left between the end of the first quarter. And that'll do it. So all knotted up at the end of one. As we take a look at some of the numbers here for this group. Great rebounding game here so far from Lithuania. 11-5 in their favor. 2 offensive rebounds as well. They have lorded over the defensive rebounds, really just taking control of the glass here, not allowing second chance opportunities. But in terms of second chance points, they're still all knotted up at 3 apiece. The difference has been the points of turnovers, at least early on for Puerto Rico, outperforming Lithuania in terms of points of turnovers, 9-0. They forced Lithuania to 5 turnovers in this game so far, where Puerto Rico have been immaculate here in terms of their ball handling. No sloppy passes as well. So Puerto Rico just doing a good job not allowing Lithuania to run. They only have had 2 fast break points here, talking about Lithuania. Puerto Rico, also the same thing. But of course, we're also going to take a look at some of the steals numbers here. 3 steals already here for Puerto Rico. That's led to a lot of running and gunning here for the Puerto Rican side. For their steal count here, they've got 1 from Jose Alvarado, 1 from Ismael Romero, and 1 for Tremont Waters. And don't be surprised if Alvarado in particular stays sneaky going into quarter number 2. For those wondering, Gina Romero on our YouTube chat parties are wondering how can I watch the full game? Well, you can catch that online on courtside1891.basketball. Of course, just subscribe there for the OQT package if you're just interested in catching just this particular Olympic qualifier. Of course, the final Olympic qualifier here after 4 tournaments all around the world. We are trying to figure out who is going to be the final team who will figure in the 2024 Paris Olympics. Will it be Lithuania or will it be Puerto Rico? Let us know what you think on the chat party, and we are going to be really interested to find out what everyone has to say here. We are seeing a lot of people saying that Lithuania is going to have to sweat against Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico is a run gun team. They're saying a fast break team. We're seeing that here early. Of course, we're seeing people here saying that Lithuania have to slow the game down and feed Domantas Sabonis. Boy, that is going to be one thing that they're going to be hoping to do. Again, for those who remember, Sabonis actually only had 6 points in the semifinals. They did rely on the scoring here of a certain Marius Grigonis from beyond the arc, 6 of 10 from beyond the arc in that semifinals. Sabonis, though, here, good start here in this one. 4 points after the first quarter, 2 of 3 from the field, as well as 5 big rebounds here for the Lithuanian team. And the 5 rebounds are basically Domantas Sabonis is 5 rebounds. Puerto Rico as a team has 5 rebounds. So steal here coming from Lithuania, giving the Puerto Ricans a dose of their own medicine. That's a first turnover, by the way, of Puerto Rico in this game, and it leads to an easy basket here for Ulanovas. Driving lay in there, making it 21-19. Absolutely right. Lithuania, they will have to. Well, first of all, they're going to have to withstand the pressure here being shown by Puerto Rico in terms of pressuring the ball handlers and all of that. Foul here for Lecavicius. And 2 free throws awarded. A chance here for Puerto Rico to strike back with 2. Good drive there coming from Puerto Rico to force the free throws as Jordan Howard misses the first of 2 free throws. We'll try to split this one here. For those wondering where I'm watching, I'm also watching, by the way, on courtside1891.basketball. I'm watching the game from the Philippines, so no, I do not know the Spanish. The Spanish are being spoken here on the chat. So for those who can be a bit nice, kindly comment in English just so I can read that out. But of course, for those of Lithuania as well, I don't speak your language as well, so let's have a bit of fun here on the party chat as well. Of course, yes, Rafael Sanson could distinguish I am from the Philippines as Jordan Howard gets the gets a second free throw, by the way, and another foul drawn coming from Jordan Howard. He's been doing a good job attracting some of the fouls here early on for Puerto Rico. 21-20, nip and tuck between these two. So we take a look at actually the end of the first quarter. There have been 3 lead changes, 3 times tied here between these two. Biggest lead was at 8 here for Puerto Rico. Great stand coming from Lithuania here so far. As Puerto Rico, remember, this is going to be a case where in Puerto Rico had the home crowd advantage. They have a chip on their shoulders, but then they're going to this one as still the prohibitive underdogs. And a steal here from Ulanovas again. Remember, Puerto Rico were so good at controlling their turnovers in quarter number one, not a single turnover. But here, Lithuania just applying a lot more pressure on the defensive end, especially on the guards of Puerto Rico. They have forced already a couple of turnovers, one of them leading to a fast break score. A offensive rebound here for Kuzminskas, who scores a lay-in to up the lead here to 3 for Lithuania, 23-20 against Puerto Rico. You have to feel that Lithuania have been doing a bit better here in terms of their execution, forcing their way into this contest, and you have to feel there's a bit of luck involved there because Minskas able to get the rebound and scoring quickly as Ulanovas gets a defensive rebound after Clavo misses his 2-point jumper. Now looking at those on the floor here for Puerto Rico, that makes you wonder, how long will they try and live without Grand Theft Alvarado, who played around 7 minutes in that first quarter? Cue the timeout after Donatas Monteunis gets a 2-point hook to go here for Lithuania. 5-point game with the Lithuanians forcing Puerto Rico into a timeout. All of a sudden, this Puerto Rico team was running and gunning and getting it done off transition, forcing Lithuania into uncomfortable spots all over the court, are now being given a dose of their own medicine on their own home floor, as Lithuania now have been able to force turnovers, get easy baskets inside, 25-20, timeout called on the floor. And I would like to use this time to remind everyone that you can catch the game on courtside 8091.basketball. And of course, this is not where you're going to see the actual game. You can have this one on though, mute the other coverage and listen to me instead. And you know, if you comment on the side and subscribe to our YouTube page, of course, I will shout you out as well. Like we're gonna shout out here, Lourdes Sherman, welcome to Rookie, as well as Dan Brinkerhoff, welcome to Rookie as well. Of course, all of that being shown here on the chat, as well as Barbara Perez. For those wondering, is Jonas Valanciunas playing? No, he is not going to be playing. So you're going to have to live with a certain Domantas Sabonis, which is not a bad choice as well. You know, a lot of people have. It's actually interesting look to see how Sabonis and Valanciunas do play for Lithuania. Some people may argue that they get in each other's way, and right now with Jonas Valanciunas not part of this particular lineup, you have to wonder, is this an opportunity for Sabonis to show off what he could do as a focal point here for Lithuania? As, take a look at this, Lithuania coming up strong here in quarter number 2. It has been an 8-1 run for Lithuania, not allowing Puerto Rico to score even a single field goal here so far at the 7-11 mark of quarter number 2. Lithuania have been turning up the screws defensively. They have been doing a better job executing, going on the run. But finally, Jose Alvarado drains a big triple here for Puerto Rico, bringing the crowd back into it and bringing themselves back into this one. Lithuania are going to try their best to make sure that Alvarado does find a rhythm, because he had a fantastic first quarter. Talking about Jose Alvarado scoring 8 points by himself there, and he's getting going here in quarter number 2 also. Christopher Ortiz will be credited with that assist. And don't look now, a turnover here for Ulanovas as they go the other way. Of course, I have to see where that is. Oh, he just threw the ball up after slipping inside the paint. 27-23, the count here between Lithuania and Puerto Rico. Ismael Romero coming in here for Alnardo Toro. As Amaris Grigonis also checks into the game. Grigonis, in this game, still a bit quiet. Only 3 points here so far after shooting 6 of 10 from beyond the arc. Uh, the opposition actually complained last time around about Grigonis, saying that at one point he was shooting 6 of 7 from beyond the arc. What could we do against that type of shooting? And of course, Lithuania coming up big in their semifinal. Of course, it was against Italy. 88-64 was the final score there. And it was Marius Grigonis who had the majority of the points. As a 3-point miss here from Jose Alvarado after a steal from Davon Reed. But look, the activity from Alvarado, he gets his own miss in the offensive rebound. Of course, letting my stream catch up to the plays as well on the FIBA.basketball website. But the Tremont Waters missing the 3-point opportunity, and Montehunes comes away with a defensive rebound to end the possession. Of course, Lithuania. Great quarter they're having here. A foul coming from Ulanovas after a turnover here from Montehunes. Jose Alvarado getting the steal. It feels almost inevitable sometimes that he gets the steals. Of course, Puerto Rico still trailing here by 4. As Jose Alvarado draws a foul from Ulanovas. And actually, there's a bit of collision there. Ulanovas will be saying that, you know what, Alvarado jumped into him. Man, Alvarado's one of those guys where you're going to feel him when he plays because of his physicality, because of the fact that he always goes, forces those steals. And Ulanovas still feeling the ill effects of that. He will... Well, a bunch of substitutions have just been made here. And Ulanovas will stay on, has come out of the floor. But Rokas Jokubaitis checks in, as well as Butkevicius, Pinheiro, as well as George Condit, the fourth coming in as well for Puerto Rico. So a few of the stars here from Puerto Rico who played really well to start out in quarter number 1. So yeah, Ulanovas with the injury, but then let's see whether or not he could return. That's going to be a big blow here for Lithuania if he does not. Of course, Alvarado, you know, that's the thing. You got hurt, and you're still the one who was given the foul. And I'm sure he had a few words to say to the referees about that particular call. Not agreeing with it. But then these disagreements happen as we take a look at Ulanovas there on the bench. You know, Alvarado at that time went for the pass and was basically playing as if he was a free safety in American football. But he's moving. Looking good, talking about Ulanovas. We're probably going to see him later on. So Puerto Rico, I'm actually interested to see some of the numbers here in terms of the bench scoring here so far. Yeah, so Puerto Rico trailing big here in bench scoring, 6-12 in favor of Lithuania. The bench mob hasn't necessarily come up big here for Puerto Rico. That could still change though. Of course, Tremont Waters missing the long 2. So we go the other way here with Lithuania looking to increase their advantage. Still a 4-point lead, 2-possession ball game in favor of the Lithuanians. Near the halfway point of the second quarter. It's been a bit of a long second quarter here. A couple of calls that the teams had to watch out for. And Jose Alvarado, well, the ball being bounced off his leg with a lot of force, mind you. A missed 3-point jumper here coming from Lithuania. As me personally, I'm letting the play catch up again, but then the update here tells us that George Condit missed a layup, and Pinheiro with a foul here coming on Marius Grigonis. As Domantas Sabonis will check back in here for Lithuania. He started to become more active here in quarter number 2, as Domantas Sabonis has 4 points his name, 2 of 3 from the field, and is leading the way, leading the pack here for Lithuania in terms of rebounding with 5 rebounds here so far. And Domantas Sabonis going in terms of scoring, getting the dunk after the feed coming from Rokas Jokubaitis. And Domantas Sabonis now has matched his scoring tally in the semifinals. But Tremont Waters with another big triple here coming from Puerto Rico. They'll take that. 3 is more than 2. That's just math. As Tremont Waters pulls Puerto Rico within single digits, or rather a single possession ball game. And Jokubaitis, boy, big basket to answer back with 3 of his own. As Marius Grigonis plays provider here to Jokubaitis. Well, Lithuania pressing all the right buttons here after a red-hot start coming from Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico coming up big in quarter number 1 with their disruptive play, not allowing Lithuania to get any good looks. They had the lead early on, but Lithuania, after a very good timeout actually coming from their side, was able to get things going here. Jose Alvarado getting a jumper to go, a floater to go, and as well as a foul. So 2 free throws awarded. Isaiah Pinheiro will be able to make this a 2-point ball game. Not quite sure what happened there in terms of sequence. So the floater was made, but the foul was also committed by Grigonis. I'm going to take a look at that again. So the floater here coming, and so off the rebound as well. Grigonis holding on to Pinheiro. So the basket coming in for Jose Alvarado, and then Pinheiro draining the first of 2 free throws. A chance here to make it a 2-point ball game, and he does so. Pinheiro pulling Puerto Rico within 2 after that play, which literally did not take more than a second. Was a 4-point play coming from Puerto Rico, making this a 2-point ball game. Turnover as well from Lithuania almost immediately. And a chance here for Puerto Rico to steal the lead with a 3 or tied up with a 2. Fans of Puerto Rico enjoying the occasion, as the turnover was practically just got caught in midair, and looks like a foul was committed on that drive as well. So who's on the floor here? That is Tremont Waters, who hit the deck after being fouled by Butkevicius, whose momentum just let him onto the hip of Tremont Waters. Also, I want to say hello to Angel Colon, who has subscribed to our YouTube channel, FIBA, the basketball channel. Of course, it's only for subscribers mode, so make sure you do subscribe here. Two free throws here for Puerto Rico. Tremont Waters with a chance to get a basket here. So for those wondering, this is not where you can watch the stream. This is just the second screen that you can use. You can catch the game on courtside 1891.basketballonline and subscribe there to the OQT. And we cannot wait to have you still here as part of it. And everyone asking here for defense, as Tremont Waters gets the 2 free throws to go. Tied ball game here, 32-all with 3:21 left here in quarter number 2. And yes, Alex Ramos on our chat saying, yes, it's about to be tied. A bit too late because it already is tied, 32-all. Of course, and there's some people also looking into the history here of Puerto Rico. Carlos Arroyo is a guy that a lot of people would remember. And Domantas Sabonis draws a foul here on Ismael Romero. Miss jumper here, but Grigonis comes away with the offensive rebound. And the team defensive rebound as Bukavicius misses from beyond the arc to give the lead back to Lithuania. So it's Puerto Rico now with a chance to take the lead here after a very slow start in the second quarter. It's now all knotted up 13 all. I believe it was 8-1 the start here for Lithuania in quarter number 2, but things have changed here in favor of the Puerto Ricans. 32 all. And it is loud. It is loud. The game, of course, plays in San Juan in Puerto Rico, so no wonder there is a huge home crowd support. More than 12,000 people watch the semifinals. Interesting to see what the numbers are here. And, you know, that three-point basket by Tremont Waters that missed would have brought the house down, but then good thing that Mars Grigonis also missed out. At least, you know, from the perspective of Puerto Rico. But for Lithuania, you're gonna miss that. You're gonna wish that went in instead. Again, this is for the final ticket to the Paris Olympics. As Tremont Waters gives the lead back to Puerto Rico. And cue the timeout here for Lithuania. Again, it has been a bit of night and day. The starters came back in for Puerto Rico, and they immediately took control of the game by applying a lot more pressure, making things more difficult on defensive end for Lithuania. They are now outscoring Lithuania in quarter number 2, 15-13. But then they could not afford that slow start that they had a while ago as well. So we're taking a look at the scoring here. At one point after the three-point basket from Rokas Jokubaitis, it was 32-26. But from that point on, it has been a 8-0 run here coming from Puerto Rico. No wonder the timeout here coming from Lithuania. And everyone enjoying here from Puerto Rico on our chat. For those wondering, Lithuania have actually missed an Olympics. That was in the Tokyo 2020. Of course, they're trying to come back into this one through the Olympic qualifying tournament, and they'll like their chances against Puerto Rico. They'll always fancy themselves, but then Puerto Rico, buoyed by their home crowd support. Make no mistake that this is going to be an upset if Puerto Rico get one over Lithuania. Just looking at the pedigree and some of the names on the rosters, but then Puerto Ricans will love that. Puerto Rico love an underdog story, and I'm sure some of the neutrals do as well. But for Lithuania, it's such a great basketball-loving country who feel that they should be part of that dance in Paris. And why not? They have the pieces, they have the tradition, the culture, they have some of the best fans around the world. Why not? But of course, Puerto Rico standing in their way as well. Of course, there's a bit of trash talking going on in our chat here, which we do encourage as long as you keep respectful, for sure. It's always more entertaining that way. We also want to welcome Yana Moscoso, who has subscribed and is now joining us as a rookie on this FIBA basketball channel chat party presented by Smart. And foul here from Jokubaitis, and 2 free throws here for Puerto Rico. They are getting back in this ball game because of free throws as well. 5 of 6 from the free throw line, the charity stripe here for Puerto Rico, but Tremont Waters misses the first 2. And that is, I guess, the online version of a commentator's curse. If you talk about free throws, while someone's taking a free throw, they miss. I believe I'll take that. I'll take that L. So right now, Puerto Rico looking to make this a 3-point ball game. They do. A couple of changes here coming from Lithuania. Tremont Waters splitting his free throws. Thomas Dimsa and Lekavicius checks in here for Lithuania, probably looking to put the finishing touches here in the first half in favor for the Lithuanians rather. And the crowd in Puerto Rico just enjoying it. You can see the joy in their faces. Again, just watching the crowd shots. Of course, a shout out here to our broadcast team there in Puerto Rico, just giving us such great pictures and giving us a taste of the atmosphere at El Choli in Puerto Rico. Of course, that's in San Juan. Good block here coming from the Montes Sabonis, but an offensive rebound from Condit, the fourth, who ends up with a lay-in. And don't look now, but then Puerto Rico up by 5, 37-32 against the Lithuanians. Of course, that came after a missed lay-in by Tremont Waters, but you know what? Doesn't matter as much. It's on the scores there, but what a big basket here coming from Arnas Butkevicius. 3-point basket coming off the feed of the Montes Sabonis, making it a 2-point game here with 36 seconds left here in the first half. That is a big basket there from Lithuania, especially with Puerto Rico looking like they have built a bit of a momentum. Sabonis getting the ball here off the pick and roll and finding the open man in the corner, with Gavicius making it work. But Tremont Waters scores off a drive by himself. 4-point lead, 2-possession ball game yet again for Puerto Rico. Of course, that was just pure speed there. That was a foot race. Tremont Waters understanding that he had the speed advantage there. But Gavicius misses on the 3-point attempt at the buzzer. And that will do it for the first half between Puerto Rico and Lithuania. +4 advantage here from Puerto Rico. It was a slow start in the second quarter here for Puerto Rico, wherein Lithuania started out with an 8-1 run. But Puerto Rico coming up with an 8-0 run by themselves as well. They stole the lead, they kept the lead, and they are now up by 4 in a very partisan El Choli Stadium in San Juan. Puerto Rico are feeling good, they are enjoying the atmosphere, and Lithuania are eager to pour cold water on this end to a second quarter from Puerto Rico in the third. But of course, a lot of work has to be done. 3-point shooting here. Lithuania shooting at a poor 25%, 3 of 12 from beyond the arc. Puerto Rico 5 of 13 from beyond the arc. That's been a big difference here. Lithuania have been doing such a great job rebounding. 20-14 advantage in terms of rebounding and 10 assists to only 6 of Puerto Rico, as well as 3 blocks. But even if there is a lot of advantages there for Lithuania in terms of the hustle stats, hasn't necessarily resulted in the lead. We're going to take a look at some of the numbers here to try and figure that out. Right now, 4 lead changes, 4 times tied, and Puerto Rico and Lithuania, very little separating these two. Both teams have had 11-0 runs themselves, and the time led split dead even, 8:37 each from these two. Jose Alvarado leading the way here for Puerto Rico, 13 points and 5 of 7 from the field, as well as 4 rebounds. Domantas Sabonis, 6 points and 5 rebounds. Sabonis only had 6 points in their semifinal game against Italy, but they'll need a bit more scoring for Domantas Sabonis. We all know that he has a talent level to make it a more dominant performance for Lithuania, but we haven't really seen that here today. And if you take a look at the scorers here for Lithuania, no one in double-digit scoring yet. Rokos Jokubaitis has been one of the more efficient scorers here for Lithuania. He is at 3 of 4 from the field, as well as an assist and a rebound to his name. Domantas Sabonis, in terms of the efficiency score on the FIBA website, Domantas Sabonis actually leads the way here for Lithuania. They play better when he is on the floor, but again, you just take a look at the numbers offensively. You are looking for a bit more production from that. Of course, I'd like to say hello to Jamie O, who was joining us after subscribing, coming in as a rookie. Thank you so much for joining us here as we take a look at the chat happening on this live chat, this chat party, this Olympic qualifying tournament, the final Olympic qualifying tournament, by the way, all over the world. We're going to find out whether or not it's Lithuania or Puerto Rico who will be joining the Paris Olympics, as we take a look at the current slate here for the 2024 Paris Olympics. Of course, Greece triumphs at home. They are making a return. Spain also coming back. But here is the surprise. Number 6 in the world, Latvia, not qualifying despite Latvia having the home court advantage. They lost to Brazil. Bruno Caboclo with a big game to be able to lift Brazil over Latvia. That is a bit of a minor upset. You take a look at what happened here for Leo Meindl actually had a near double of 21 points and 9 boards for Brazil as they booked their ticket to Paris. Bruno Caboclo also with 21 points and was crowned the Tissot MVP of the competition. Of course, Brazil, painfully for me as a Filipino, eliminated the Philippines in the semifinals. And of course, we just realized here in the Philippines that, oh yeah, we lost to the team that actually made it to the Olympics. So yeah, we'll take that. But either way, congratulations to Brazil, Greece, and Spain for making it to the dance in Paris. So we are going to go through of course, for those wondering who are the teams in the Paris Olympics. The Group A involves Australia, Greece, Canada, and Spain. Group B, France, Germany, Japan, and Brazil. And the winner of this game will be grouped alongside Serbia, South Sudan, and a certain team called the United States of America. Yeah, no easy games. No easy games for sure. South Sudan, such an impressive team. I got a chance to watch them in the FIBA Basketball World Cup. Such a great story and just a fun team to watch. Serbia, of course, we all know what they could bring to the international stage. And of course, Team USA. LeBron James and Steph Curry playing the same team. Oof, why not? Why not at all? And right now, a lot of people on our chat here taking a look at are now having a spirited discussion here about Sabonis and his role here in Lithuania. And of course, the D to the V was actually saying, yes, Lithuania are only, Latvia are only number 6 in the world because of their miracle Cinderella run last year. And of course, they're missing a lot of their miracle lineup. Yeah, we agree with that for sure. But then, the pedigree of success was there in Latvia at home. They had that upset loss against the Philippines. And, of course, Cameroon kept it really close in the semifinals as well. Still would have fancied themselves against Brazil. They would have felt they should have won that, but not happening there. And right now, more analysis here from our guys here in the chat as well. Some people saying that, the Puerto Rico have to keep Lithuania off the 3-point line. And so far, we'll take a look at some of the stats here. And from beyond the arc, absolutely right. Lithuania not shooting very well from beyond the arc, only 25% here for Lithuania. But of course, that could change if they get a bit of a rhythm. 3 of 12 from beyond the arc. Actually, the Puerto Ricans have been doing an okay job at denying the 3-point line. 18 attempts for Lithuania within the 2-point area compared to the 12 only from beyond the arc here for Lithuania. Puerto Rico, on the other hand, the shot selection here has been 19 shots from 2-point land and 13 attempts from beyond the arc here for Puerto Rico, shooting it at a bit of a higher clip, 5 of 13, 38%. And you take a look at the other stats here between these two. Rebounding battle, it has been Lithuania taking charge of that, 20-13. But 6 steals here for Puerto Rico as they have been a bit more disruptive. 3 steals only for Lithuania, who have turned the ball over 9 times here. Points of turnovers has ballooned here for Puerto Rico to 11 to only 4 of Lithuania. So it has been what we expected here from Puerto Rico. being active, being disruptive, forcing turnovers, scoring off those turnovers, going and turning this into a sprint race. They do have an advantage there in terms of running the floor and has been showing here courtesy of the 11 turnover points here. In terms of fast break points, actually, Lithuania do have the advantage there. Only a +3 advantage, though, 6-3. Lithuania have also dominated inside the paint. 20 of their 35 points coming from inside the paint. And bench scoring has been really in favor of Lithuania, doubling up the production here of Puerto Rico. 12 points from the bench here for Lithuania to only 6 of Puerto Rico. When the starters of Puerto Rico go back to the bench, you're just left wondering what can they do here to keep up their level of production against Lithuania, because Lithuania in that second quarter in particular started out really, really well against the second unit of Puerto Rico. I believe it was an 8-1 start here for Lithuania, but then when the starters of this Puerto Rican team started coming back into the game bit by bit, they wrestled a bit more of control against Lithuania, and all of a sudden they went on a little run of their own and now lead by 4 here going into quarter number 3. Lithuania out on the court first, warming up here. And of course, we'll see whether or not Puerto Rico could continue this one here. Again, there are a few pieces missing here for Lithuania. Jonas Valanciunas in particular, the biggest name, not here for Lithuania, but then they'll always fancy themselves because of their pedigree, because of what we've seen from them. There was, of course, disappointment in the FIBA Basketball World Cup recently for Lithuania, but they will always... They're looking at this matchup, I'm sure, thinking that this should be a game that they could win or should win. And people from Lithuania saying that, oh yeah, we all know who will win in the end anyway. But I'm sure the Puerto Rican fans will have something to say about that. Rokos Jokubaitis has been one of the standouts here for Lithuania in the first half, scoring 9 points here, 3 of 4 from the field. He is still a -10 though in terms of the raw plus minus, but then you have to take that as you will. Who is positive here though for Lithuania is Mindaugas Kuzminskas, who is a +12 here, only scored 4 points, 2 of 6 from the field. But again, you have to take the raw plus minus with a grain of salt. Game leaders here for Puerto Rico, 4 rebounds on Condit the fourth. Tremont Waters with 3 assists and 13 points from Grand Theft Alvarado. Joining him in terms of double-digit scoring, Tremont Waters with 10 points in this game as well. Take a look at the assist count here. It is George Condit the fourth just leading the way there, as well as Tremont Waters. Tremont Waters again leading with 3, and George Condit the fourth with 2. Only 6 assists though for Puerto Rico, but then the way that they've been running and gunning their game, that doesn't necessarily require a lot of assists. Of course, it's a better stat to see. So we even have friends from Greece here. Thanos Rommel saying that he's a Greek watching this. He's saying that he has Lithuania winning this by 5 or more. Who would take that bet here? So let's see what's going to happen here in the quarter number 3, as Puerto Rico have also taken to the floor here. Not long now before we get going again. Let us know what you think. Who needs to step up here from Lithuania if they want to get the win? The usual suspects here from Lithuania. Domantas Sabonis with 6 points here. You have Monte Yunus with 4 points, as well as Amaris Grigonis with 3. Now, he has not been able to get the looks that he was getting last time around the semifinals. Again, Grigonis in particular, 6 of 10 from beyond the arc in their last game. At the moment, only has attempted 2 shots from beyond the arc, Tomac Grigonis. On the other end here for Puerto Rico, who else needs to step up? Do you expect more here from Jose Alvarado? 13 points, 5 of 7 from the field, 71% from the field. To lead the way here for Puerto Rico and to lead the entire game, really. Tremont Waters, 3 of 11 from the field. Not necessarily a great shooting day for Waters, but then still applying a lot of pressure here. He's a +6 on the raw plus minus. But who else do you think should step up? Pinheiro with 4, Condit the fourth with 4, Jordan Howard with 3, Davon Reed with 3, and Ismael Romero with 2 so far. The bench production in particular is something I'm concerned with here for Puerto Rico, because once the starters do come out, Lithuania tend to take advantage of that. As we take a look at some of the other comments here on our chat party presented by Smart. You're watching the FIBA Olympic Qualifying Tournament 2024. Again, if you're just joining us, you cannot watch the game here on this YouTube page. You have to check out courtside1891.basketball for the stream. You can subscribe there to the OQT package. It's a bit cheaper for those wondering. And you can go and watch the game there. And you can also just mute the audio there and keep the stream going instead, because that is a whole different experience. And of course, do join the friendly banter happening on the chat right over there. Hope I'm pointing the right way. Yes, I am. So right over there. Third quarter, gonna get going soon. +4 here for Puerto Rico in terms of the scoreline. 39-35, low scoring game between these two. Lithuania looking to find a bit more rhythm, especially in their shooting from beyond the arc. 25% is just not good enough for a team with the caliber of shooters and players that they do have. And Puerto Rico are going to be hoping that the high energy that Alvarado and their starters have shown can trickle down and maybe get some more bench production going as well for the times and the moments when their starters are not on the floor. So who do you think will win this? Let us know what you guys think. Comment, especially the neutrals. I want to know what the neutrals think here. Will the Lithuania take the win here, or will Puerto Rico? At stake, the final ticket to the Paris 2024 Olympics, joining the 12 best teams in the world: Australia, Greece, Canada, Spain, France, Germany, Japan, Brazil, Serbia, South Sudan, and USA. Will team number 12 be Lithuania or Puerto Rico? We will find out in just a bit. Quarter number 3 about to begin here in San Juan, Puerto Rico. El Choli has been a party scene here. Thousands and thousands of Puerto Ricans have come out to support Puerto Rico against a Lithuania team who will fancy an upset here. Some of the best fans in the world of Lithuania, and I'm sure would love to see their team in Paris as well. Quarter number 3 going on right now as we bring out the play-by-play that you can see on the side here. Foul already immediately from Pinheiro, as Lithuania will have a chance here. That was a hard foul, by the way, coming from Pinheiro, who hit the deck right after that foul. We saw it a while ago coming from Lithuania as well, wherein Lithuania's Ulanovas actually got a foul from Alvarado, and actually fouled Alvarado, and then he actually felt the ill effects more from the foul. Looks like we're seeing the same thing from Pinheiro, but it's nice to see him up. 3 free throws here for Lithuania, as Butkevicius misses the first, gets the second, and because he made the free throw, Grigonis is already credited with the assist. So for those wondering, FIBA assist rules, there it is. So 2 of 3 from the free throw line is Lithuania, making this a 2-point ball game early on here in quarter number 3. Again, the numbers that we are watching out for here between these two, apart from the score, obviously, you have to take a look at the bench scoring of Puerto Rico and the turnovers, whether or not they can keep it down. If you're talking about Lithuania, 11-4 in terms of turnover points in favor of Puerto Rico. They have to limit their turnovers, and that's going to be easier said than done, talking about Lithuania. Miss jumper there, floater rather, coming from Jose Alvarado, who leads the game in scoring. Alvarado in this one so far, despite the miss, still leading the way with 13 points. And a defensive rebound here from Alvarado after the miss from Butkevicius. And of course, here we see Bebo with his own prescription here, saying that they got to move the ball around talking about Puerto Rico. And Tremont Waters gets a three-pointer to go here for Puerto Rico. Party time in San Juan. But still a long way to go here. A foul here from Alvarado. Grigones draws the foul. Let's take a look at the foul count here from Alvarado. 3 fouls already for Jose Alvarado. Gotta be careful here. One more foul and he may be forced to the bench. And Lithuania will say yes, please, because Alvarado has been such a key part in this game. 2 steals already to go with 5 rebounds and 13 points. Talking about Grand Theft Alvarado. Gotta be careful with that. Domantas Sabonis gets a lay-in here for Lithuania, keeping them within a single possession. 42-39 plus 3 here still for Puerto Rico. Oh, but don't look now. Tremont Waters with another three-pointer. Back-to-back threes for Waters. We were saying that Lithuania needed to improve their three-point shooting, but it is Puerto Rico who have found the range, and they are gunning and gunning hard. Take a look at three-point shooting. It's now up to 44%. Talking about Puerto Rico. They are shooting a cool 7 of 16 from beyond the arc. What a play come from Tremont Waters. A block now from Ismael Romero on Domantas Sabonis. The crowd going wild in San Juan. Well, Sabonis trying to impose himself there. He tried to back out, went for the dump, but what a block that was. Actually, it says, so Ismael Romero had the block, but then they go the other way. A missed shot there come from Pinheiro. Excuse me. As Grigones misses a three-pointer. He has not gotten going here for Lithuania. That he has been a missing piece. Ismael Romero came away with the defensive rebound. Again, Grigones, fantastic game in the semifinals. Absent here in the finals. That's Jose Alvarado drives in for 2. What a start here for Puerto Rico in quarter number 3. 8-4 so far, plus 4 advantage for the Puerto Ricans, who are already up going into the halftime break. Can they hold on here against Lithuania? We'll find out soon enough. And can Lithuania finally get themselves going from beyond the arc? No offense happening here for Lithuania. And another miss here from Sedekerskis, as Ismael Romero comes away with a defensive rebound. Foul drawn here by Tremont Waters, who's done a really good job going to the line here. Timeout Lithuania, as Puerto Rico are riding on hot shooting, are riding on San Juan is up on its feet. And why not? You know, I had to lower down the volume from my own feed because, boy, the crowd in Puerto Rico going wild. And they're also going wild here. So we just put up a poll on our chat at the moment. So I'm going to see if I'm going to be pointing right. No, I'm not pointing right. We'll go the other way. Answer the poll here. It's very simple. Question is, which team will qualify for the Paris Olympics? It'll be Lithuania or Puerto Rico. So you can check that there. You can answer that there. And yesterday we got the other day I had a chance to call the game here on the chat party for the Philippines and Brazil. And the Philippines won this poll by a hefty margin. I believe it was like 80% or something like that, or 88%, and I think 12% for Brazil. They won the poll, talking about the Philippines, but Brazil definitely won the game. Welcome to Romena Glivka, who has now subscribed here to the FIBA Basketball YouTube channel. Thank you very much for your patronage. As Puerto Rico are doing such a great job in this game. Pedro Rivera saying that block by Romero was crazy. Yes, it was. I only saw it, by the way, via the chat on the play-by-play on the FIBA website, because it's a bit ahead of the feed I'm getting. And I'm like, oh, he blocked the layup? And then I actually watched it. I'm like, oh, that wasn't just a block of a layup. That was a big denial there coming from Puerto Rico. That was one of the energy bunnies of Puerto Rico, just jolting them with energy with that key defensive play. But of course, never count out Lithuania, guys. You can't. You just can't count out Lithuania. They get one good basket, it all could change here, and they could go on a little run. We saw that happen in the start of the second quarter. But oh my goodness, Jose Alvarado with another three-pointer. It has been one of the better quarters here from Puerto Rico, and they're doing it to a massive roar from the crowd here, and a turnover from Lithuania. 24-second shot clock violation. Puerto Rico have come out to play here in quarter number 3, 11-4 against the Lithuanians. Boy, what can Lithuania do here to find an answer? Because Puerto Rico have been swarming. They have been swarming Lithuania, and Jose Alvarado, a man on a mission, drives in for two. Grand Theft Alvarado looking to steal a ticket going to Paris. 5:17 left here in quarter number 3. Jose Alvarado already up to 20 points, and this will be a moment of respite here for Lithuania as Rokas Jokubaitis draws a foul on Asea Pinheiro. 2 free throws for him. They just need to get points on the board if you're talking about Lithuania. 13-4 here in quarter number 3, and we're near the halfway point here. Just not good enough. Simple as that. Not good enough here for Lithuania. They'll be the first to admit that for sure, and we'll figure out if things could change soon. Lithuania fans are gonna say, "Oh, we only need one quarter to get things going. We only need one quarter of good shooting." But what a performance here so far from Puerto Rico here in quarter number 3. They came out with so much energy from the halftime break. Lithuania a bit lethargic, unfortunately for them, as Rokas Jokubaitis gets the 2 free throws here to trim the lead down to only 11. But in a turnover here from Tremont Waters, so Thomas Dimsa gets a steal. Maybe that will give them a bit of a boost, but then a missed three-pointer here from Rokas Jokubaitis. Olanovas comes away with the offensive rebound. Still Lithuania here with an opportunity to come up with a point and turn this into a one-possession ball game, or rather a single-digit ball game. Bagia says here that he doesn't think Puerto Rico could do this against Lithuania unless the home crowd support does help, as Domantas Sabonis gets a big basket here. That is a much needed. It's a basket and one. Ismael Romero fouls Domantas Sabonis. We need more of this from Domantas Sabonis if you're talking about Lithuania's chances. So Domantas Sabonis needs to impose himself more on the offensive end, at least in my opinion, because we all know his talent. He's now at double-digit scoring, by the way, and he has missed that bonus free throw. That's going to be a big one. I wonder if that's going to haunt him later on. 10 points, a near double-double already with 7 rebounds to his name. How about Lithuania? But Sabonis is that one of those guys that you understand his talent level is just so much more than what we're seeing here so far in terms of the offensive scoring. They need a scorer here. Talking about Lithuania, they're getting from Rokas Jokubaitis with 11 points in this game, 3 of 5 from the field. But Jose Alvarado drives in for another 2. Jose Alvarado, we gotta give it to him because he has been a man on a mission. He's been doing things here. For Jose Alvarado, it's a basket and one opportunity. He drove inside, just threw that up, finishing high off the glass, going 100 miles an hour. And Jose Alvarado, look at his numbers here. 22 points already, 5 rebounds, no assists. That doesn't matter to him at the moment. He's scoring and putting the team on his back. Plus 8 on the raw plus minus alongside Asea Pinheiro, who's also plus 18. And Ismael Romero as well with plus 18. But Alvarado, my goodness, he's been such a big factor here. He completes the 3-point opportunity. And on the other end, Kuzminskas unable to get the 3-pointer to go. So the shooting here from Lithuania from beyond the arc just not helping them here. They were shooting 25% from beyond the arc at the end of the halftime break. it has actually gotten worse. They're now shooting 18% from beyond the arc. Talking about Lithuania, 3 of 17 is their tally, as Jose Alvarado with a turnover here. A bit of a boost here coming for Lithuania. A reminder that even Alvarado could make a mistake. Yeah, it was a bad pass here coming from Alvarado. Just unable to get that to go. But then here is Kuzminskas here, ran down the floor after a steal from Domantas Sabonis. So it says here on the chat, on the stream here, that it was a bad pass, but actually Domantas Sabonis just took advantage. Bad ball handling there from Alvarado. The turnovers actually haven't really hurt Puerto Rico in this game. They only turned the ball over 5 times. I say only 5 times because Lithuania have turned the ball over 10 times and allowed 13 points from turnovers here from Puerto Rico. That has been a huge number to consider because that is a +5 advantage for Puerto Rico in terms of the turnover scoring. Domantas Sabonis checks out for the meantime as Thomas Dimsa comes in, as well as Donatas Montehunes. Still looking for answers, but in quarter number 3 has been mainly about Puerto Rico. +6 advantage here for Puerto Rico, 16-10 in terms of quarter scoring. Tremont Waters draws a foul here on Thomas Dimsa. No free throws yet. And thank you very much to Odalis Melendez for subscribing and joining us here. Welcome to Rookie. As of course, just going through the chat here. Oh, and a turnover here from Tremont Waters. A steal here coming from Ulanovas. Coming off the bad pass. As of course, my feed is a bit delayed in terms of the plays here. So I'm actually going to see how that steal happened here from Ulanovas. Oh yeah, just blitzing the ball handler there, and off the fast break on the other end. Great transition defense here from Puerto Rico to prevent the easy basket. But of course, Lithuania trying to execute. They go into the post again. They feel like they have a size advantage there, going inside and out. But then the defense just doing a good job here for Puerto Rico, just containing the incursions of Lithuania as they go in and out and moving the ball around. So yeah, Puerto Rico just doing a great job here in quarter number 3, not allowing Lithuania to get much going. Let's take a look at some of the numbers here, as there's a quick break in play. Biggest lead for Puerto Rico stood at 13. Lithuania led by as much as 7 as well. Both teams went on an 11-0 run in the first half. But three-point shooting has proven to be the biggest difference in terms of the scoring here, with the Puerto Rican side shooting 8 of 18 from beyond the arc, while Lithuania only at a paltry 3 of 17. And this is going to be a foul. 2 free throws here for Ulanovas, after Christopher Ortiz just bit on that. Chance here to make it a single-digit deficit for Lithuania, and they'll need it. They'll need every bit they can get here. But for Puerto Rico, you know, if you're a Puerto Rican fan, you are going to be hoping that in the next 12 minutes and 49 seconds, Puerto Rico can hold on to this and make it back to the Olympics. You know, I'm just taking a look at the history here for Puerto Rico as Ulanovas makes a second free throw. As we see, the Lithuanian fans are present. You know, Lithuanian fans, they travel all around the world to support Lithuania and are really one of the lives of the parties wherever they go. So you take a look at Puerto Rico, they have not qualified for the Olympics since 2004 in Greece. That's a long time ago. They finished 6th place in the Summer Olympics then. Played 7 games. 3 wins, 4 losses. And of course, you go back and look back at that time here for Puerto Rico. And Puerto Rico actually had an amazing win against the United States, 92 to 73. I'm sorry, 92 to 73 in favor of Puerto Rico against the United States. I believe that was their first game. So right now, the game has slowed down a bit here in San Juan. Single-digit deficit, by the way, after Ulanovas made his second free throw. So it's a 9-point ball game here. Game has slowed down, which actually could be beneficial to Lithuania because Puerto Rico just got off to good runs, good starts here in quarter number 3. Lithuania just need to find a way to slow things down and calm things down and find a way to execute because Puerto Rico have just been on point defensively. They have been blitzing properly. They have been following the rotations right. They're following the ball inside and out of the paint, which is how Lithuania like to play their basketball. So Puerto Rico looking for options. They have turned a lot to Jose Alvarado, and why not? That guy has been the man here. This time, almost a turnover for Puerto Rico. And what a feed inside. What a slam coming in for Puerto Rico. I believe the live stats have not been updated with that. Oh, there it is. Christopher Ortiz with the alley-oop. Oh, now the live stream has taken precedent here over the live stats. At least my live stream. As a drive inside from Puerto Rico, they have been punishing Lithuania in the paint. That time, it was George Condit the fourth sailing in, and it's party time in San Juan. 6 points here coming from George Condit the fourth, or rather, make that 8 points for him already. Puerto Rico putting Lithuania on notice. They are already with a double-digit advantage with 148 left here in quarter number 3. 59-46 the count. Sorry, that's just 6 points here for George Condit. And what a game here so far. So the play-by-play, for those wondering and checking out the website on FIBA.basketball, the live stats. So the play-by-play is a bit delayed, but the game going on as expected. What a game here so far from Puerto Rico. For those from Puerto Rico, are you surprised with the way that your team has been performing here today? And of course, for those in Lithuania, we gotta ask here. You can answer all this, by the way, on the chat here in this chat party. Just what do you think is not going right here for Lithuania, and can they turn things around in quarter number 4? What needs to change? And already some people on our chat are already saying, at least I'm assuming these are going to be Puerto Rican fans, are already saying, "Vamos, paparis!" All right, so back to action here in the third quarter. 59-48. Now, after Donatas Monteunas gets a much-needed basket here for Lithuania. This time finishing off the hook, going inside. Monteunas got himself into a good position there and did that nice drop step going towards the baseline, getting the shot over. Jordan Howard, though, with a big three-pointer here for Puerto Rico. The basket must feel so huge here for Puerto Rico at the moment. Whatever they're throwing up has been good. And this was not an easy shot for Jordan Howard, by the way, in duress. And there was also a foul called underneath. And Lithuanian fans, hands on their head. That Olympic dream starting to dim right before their eyes. But they're going to be hoping this fourth quarter could be completely different. But what a performance we're seeing here so far from Puerto Rico. The shooting working out. Carlos Arroyo in the venue. All smiles for him. And why not? Your team is shooting red hot 9 of 19. 47% from beyond the arc here for Puerto Rico. And everyone getting in on the party. George Connet the fourth, 3 of 8 from 2. Well, I'm going to take a look at the three-point shooting numbers instead, actually. Tremont Waters, 3 of 9 from beyond the arc. Jose Alvarado, 4 of 6. Davon Reed with 1. Jordan Howard with 1. Donatas Monteunis scores another hook shot there. They're going to the post, trying to chip away into this lead, but they need to guard the three-point line because Puerto Rico have been burning them from beyond the arc. Can they stop Puerto Rico from just having their way with the shots from beyond the arc? A three-point shot here from Jordan Howard. Grigonis coming away with the rebound, but then Grigonis unable to score off transition. But that will do it here for quarter number 3. What a quarter from Puerto Rico. They end up this quarter leading by 12, 23-15 the quarter scoring in favor of Puerto Rico. They were able to hold down. They're improving defensively. Quarter number 1, Lithuania scored 19 points. Quarter number 2, 16. And here in quarter number 3, 15. And it has been an improvement as well from Puerto Rico on the offensive end. 19 points in the first quarter, 20 points in the second, 23 here in the third. How will things change here going into the fourth? Will it be more of the same, or will Lithuania come back into this ball game? Let us know what you think on the live chat. I am pointing in the wrong direction. Let us know what you think on the live chat. And of course, what can Lithuania do here? Or is this already a sure thing? Is Puerto Rico going to Paris? We'll find out. Jacqueline Santiago, welcome to Rookie. Thank you very much for subscribing on the FIBA basketball channel. For those wondering, hey, where can I catch this game? Well, not here, unfortunately. You won't be able to catch it here. You'll be able to catch it on basketball, or rather, Courtside 1891.basketball on live stream. You can still subscribe for longer plan, catch more games, and of course, if you're a Puerto Rican fan, you gotta subscribe now because you could be witnessing history here for Puerto Rico for first time in 20 years. You could be on the way back to Paris. And if you're a Lithuanian fan, subscribe now anyway because you could be witnessing a massive comeback in quarter number 4. Things need to change, though. Things really need to change here for Lithuania. They are not getting anything done offensively. They are being bothered on the defensive end. They cannot stop Puerto Rico from scoring from beyond the arc. They got to start running them off the three-point line and hope that they do a better job defending the paint instead. But still, so much work to be done here for Lithuania if they want to get back into this game. So let's see. Boy, what a game here so far from Puerto Rico. We have a very optimistic fan from Lithuania. I'm assuming because he has the Lithuanian flag as his photo. Tables will turn, 3-point rain forecast here according to Mindaugas Selinskis on our chat. And there's also that embarrassed emoji. I don't know if that's embarrassed, but then the smile with that little drop of sweat on the side. Let's see if that's going to be the case. You know, you got to keep on hoping. And a great start here for Lithuania. They get the steal from Kuzminskas, getting the steal right off the inbound initially. And almost an opportunity there for Lithuania to score on the break. Actually, yeah, just a good stop there coming from Puerto Rico on transition. And they draw a foul here. Kuzminskas has had his fingerprints all over in this initial possession. Not even 20 seconds in, he draws a foul here of Christopher Ortiz after getting the steal. And, you know, there's going to be desperate stuff here coming from Lithuania. They need to be a bit desperate if they want to stay in the hunt for a Paris Olympic spot. Again, just looking for that last one. Marius Grigonis, who has been quiet all game, misses a three-point jumper there. If he gets going just once, things could change. Offensive rebound, by the way, from Ulanovas. They give it back to Grigonis, who misses this time from closer range. A floater not working out for them. So, again, if you're Lithuania, where are you getting offense? At least here in the first few possessions, they've turned to Grigonis. Has the ball. And Grigonis gets it back after a turnover here from Ulanovas. or rather a forced turnover here from Ulanovas. Grigonis getting the lay in transition. Good start here for Lithuania. Plus 10 advantage only here for Puerto Rico. Still very doable, but your defense has to be on point. Can Puerto Rico, they have to avoid complacency. That's going to be one of their number one opponents here. If you are complacent against this Lithuania team, you give them a sniff of the ball, it could change things. Oh, but Gian Clavel, no complacency there. So Grigonis gets the lay in a while ago off the turnover. But then on the other end, Gian Clavel with a pull-up three, a big pull-up three here to up the lead again for Puerto Rico. Pulled up right at the face of the much taller Lithuanian defender. What a basket there. Grigonis has been upping up his attempt total here. But oh, Gian Clavel again. A 5-0 run by himself here for Puerto Rico as Gian Clavel ups the lead 67-52. Puerto Rico are partying here. They are partying here, talking about Puerto Rico. Because right now, right after that attempt from Clavel, a missed three-point jumper here for Lithuania. The basket is shut here for the Lithuanians. Their shooting numbers, not great at all. It's now down to 16% from beyond the arc. 3 of 19. 3 of 19 is this Lithuanian team from beyond the arc. It has been a very poor shooting day. Even if you put everything together, 43% shooting Lithuania to 51% for Puerto Rico. 45%, by the way, for Puerto Rico from beyond the arc. Points of turnovers, +4 for Puerto Rico, 15 points for them. Lithuania have been running the ball a bit better. Fast break points going their way, but then I wouldn't say that it's necessarily their game. Points in the paint, Lithuania have a +2 advantage. And bench scoring, by the way, I was wondering about that for Puerto Rico. It has improved here. They now only trail the bench scoring of Lithuania by 3, 19-16 in favor of Lithuania in terms of the bench scoring. Jordan Howard with a turnover, a bad pass there. As Ulanovas will be credited with the steal. Unsportsmanlike foul here on Leonardo Toro, as Ulanovas was fouled off the break. So a bit of respite here for Lithuania, but will it be too little too late? Now you can join our YouTube membership, unlock exclusive content, custom badges, dedicated Discord server, and members-only videos. You can hit the join button now. And of course, so you hit that join button, we'll mention you. We'll mention you on the chat. And am I pointing the right way? I'm still not. All right, there it is. There it is. So 2 free throws here for Leonardo Toro. Missed the first free throw, or rather, Ulanovas with the free throws. He missed the first free throw. Again, the basket is shut for Lithuania. They're wondering why. Why is it shut? This is not their ball game here. Talking about Lithuania. They're just not shooting the ball well. Not at all. You can also credit the defense here from Puerto Rico. They're playing with such energy, swarming the shooters here for Lithuania, not letting them get any good looks. As here's a big boost as Lekavicius hits a big three-pointer coming off the feed from Domantas Sabonis. Just an 11-point game here with a lot of time to be played. 6:51 left in the fourth quarter. Davon Reed, though, with a pull-up J to pour cold water on that. 69-56. And it is a 13-point lead here for Puerto Rico. He's just going the right way. Saying hello to Elston Hoffman, who have joined us on the FIBA Basketball YouTube channel. Thank you very much for joining us here. Thank you very much for watching as well. Why are people paying for membership? Well, because you can actually... people are also Joe or Dial. I'm not sure how to pronounce the last name. Yeah, so this will continue. There might be more chat parties as well for the Olympic coverage of the games. And of course, you can catch all the international basketball you want on Courtside 1981 basketball, or 1891 rather, 1891 basketball. as Jordan Howard with a big three-pointer here coming from Puerto Rico. And Puerto Rico have been doing more than enough to keep off Lithuania, who have been steadily improving here in the quarter in terms of their offensive production. They have kept in pace. They are keeping in charge. Still a double-digit advantage here for Puerto Rico. And Puerto Rico are already thinking, bonjour, hello Paris. But of course, they gotta keep their head in game at the moment. Oh, and people are just, well, you can see the Puerto Rican fans just enjoying. It is a party environment in El Chico, the venue in San Juan in Puerto Rico where this game is happening. It's also a party here on this chat party presented by Smart. This is the FIBA Olympic Qualifying Tournament, showing you the final Olympic Qualifying Tournament. Again, looking for the final spot in the Olympic Games. The winner of this contest will move on to Group C, wherein they will face teams like Serbia, South Sudan, and Team USA. Ulanovas gets the first of 2 free throws after drawing a foul from Condit. And Ulanovas makes the 12-point game here still for Puerto Rico to try and take care of. This is a lot of time, by the way. This is a lot of time, 5-11, for Lithuania to come back into this ball game. They could still turn this into a ball game here, but they need to really tighten up defensively, stop the three-point shooters, identify them, make them drive, and then hopefully they can go on the break themselves. Lithuania have been running the ball particularly well, arguably a bit better than Puerto Rico based on the numbers here, but they need to get going. They really do. They really do. Fast break points here, 11-5 in favor of Lithuania. That's not a number I thought I would see. But here, Tremont Waters drawing a foul here for Butkevicius to just stop the play here. And of course, yeah, absolutely. Thank you very much to everyone watching here. 2.1 thousand viewers, 2.2 right now that I am seeing on our screen. Guys, you still have time to share this, and let's get that number up. Let's get the number up of people watching right now. For the Philippine, I see a few Filipinos there on the chat, by the way. Make sure that you do share this and invite this to everyone just waking up right now to catch this game between Lithuania and Puerto Rico, because it is a good one here. Puerto Rico are on the cusp of ending a 20-year drought from the Olympics, but Lithuania are not counting themselves out yet. Missed basket though for Butkevicius from beyond the arc here for Lithuania, despite the efforts there, but I believe the ball possession will still stay with Lithuania. 3:58 left here. Oh boy, Lithuania are really, time is running out on them. They're still alive here, but at the moment a bit on life support. But as I say that, Rokas Jokubaitis hits a big triple to make this a single-digit deficit. Cue the timeout from Puerto Rico. They're going to be hoping that stops the momentum here for Lithuania. Big basket here for Lithuania, because it means that they are still in this ball game. It may seem a bit difficult, of course, a +9 advantage. A lot of people will be saying, oh no, is that could be good enough. But then you get a basket here. You get a stop here rather if you're Lithuania, and you get a basket on the other end. It could be a much tighter finish than some people would anticipate. Let us see. Too little, too late, or maybe just finding the basket at the right time. We are gonna find out. So, again, thank you very much for joining us here on this chat party presented by Smart. This is the FIBA Olympic Qualifying Tournament, the last one here in this Olympic cycle, because this is going to be the last team. The winner of this one will be the last team to book their ticket to the Olympic Games. For those wondering, Group A is composed of Australia, Greece, Canada, and Spain. Greece and Spain obviously making it through the Olympic qualifying tournaments. France, Germany, Japan, and Brazil. Brazil winning their tournament in Latvia, ousting the host nation Latvia in Riga. And it was a good showing here from Brazil. Unfortunately, beating the Philippines in the semifinals in that contest. But then again, if you're a Filipino fan, you're going to be saying that, hey, at least we lost to the team that actually made it to the Olympics. In Group C, that's where the winner of this game will be a part of. Or they face either Serbia, not rather either, more of Serbia, South Sudan, and USA are the teams that they are going to be grouped with. Could you just imagine? Could you just imagine your reward for going past a grueling Olympic qualifying tournament is that, oh, you get to play Team USA. And Team USA with a certain Steph Curry and LeBron James playing together for the first time, I believe. Tremont Waters gets a big basket here for Puerto Rico. We mentioned that Lithuania needed a stop, but Waters gets the basket here after a lot of patience coming from Puerto Rico, good movement, and really it was an offensive rebound coming from Jose Alvarado that kept things alive there, and they were just taking their time. Puerto Rico playing smart basketball here, just limiting the opportunities for Lithuania. And look at Vicious misses a three-pointer here as Christopher Ortiz gets a big defensive rebound. Oh, if you're a Puerto Rican fan, if you're from Puerto Rico, you must be enjoying jumping up and down because Paris is calling for you guys. For Lithuania, I'm sure the prayers are being thrown up right now. They need a minor miracle to get this over with. Oh my goodness. Puerto Rico finding a way here to oust this Lithuanian team who've only missed one Olympic Games in their history since becoming an independent nation. They missed it in Tokyo and are in real danger of missing 2 consecutive Olympic Games. And a turnover here for Domantas Sabonis. Things going bad to worse for Lithuania. What a game we're seeing for Puerto Rico. In San Juan, people up on their feet, Lithuanian fans despondent. They traveled all the way from Lithuania to be with their team. Unfortunately for them, disappointment here in El Choli in San Juan as Puerto Rico will be partying all throughout the night as Lithuania may get a single-digit deficit again with Jokubaitis getting a 2. Can we see a T-Mac-like performance towards the end here for Lithuania? We rarely see those happening. Just a lot of points scored in a short amount of time, but we'll see what happens as Christopher Ortiz gets a dunk here. And it is just an amazing party environment in San Juan. Bonus. And things just not working out here for Lithuania. Defensive rebound come from Jordan Howard, and that's flush, by the way, for Christopher Ortiz. My screen, and the crowd hasn't stopped screaming just yet. And it has been an amazing performance here for Puerto Rico. 11-point lead, a minute 33 left here in the fourth quarter. A timeout, a desperation timeout here for Lithuania, trying by hook or by crook to fashion a minor miracle here. Not at this point, not a minor miracle, a major miracle here, because Puerto Rico looked destined to make it to Paris for the first time since the 2004 Summer Olympics in Athens. So close to that dream. That final whistle is all they need. Jose Alvarado, a fantastic game for him here today. 23 big points from Alvarado, the one of 2 players in double-digit scoring here for Puerto Rico, the other one being Tremont Waters. But Alvarado, plus 21 on the raw plus minus, 6 rebounds, no assists. But then I don't think anyone wanted him to pass because he was shooting 4 of 6 from beyond the arc, 9 of 14 from the field. And Jose Alvarado may be Olympics bound, may be Paris bound alongside the rest of Puerto Rico. I appreciate some of the comments here as we see more and more Filipinos joining the chat. Because it is now breakfast time here in the Philippines. More and more people coming on. And someone here in the chat named Zap says that Puerto Rico versus the Philippines, I think the Philippines will win. I don't think so because we were already eliminated. And this is a team going to the Olympics. Congratulations so far for Puerto Rico. Because my goodness, Puerto Rico, what a game they have had here. This second half performance has been special here for Puerto Rico. 23 of against the 15 of Lithuania in quarter number 3. That is the biggest difference here in this game. That third quarter performance limiting Lithuania to only 15 and scoring +8, the biggest advantage that they've had here. They were +4 in the quarter number 2 in terms of scoring, 20-16. Puerto Rico, just what a performance here. And they deserve all the plaudits here for the way that they've been playing. And the crowd just enjoying each and every moment. And wherever you are from Puerto Rico, if you're a Puerto Rican fan, if you have Puerto Rican descent, I can only imagine how you must be feeling because this is the first Olympic appearance here for Puerto Rico since 2004, wherein they also had an incredible performance. Had an incredible performance for themselves here. As we take a look at some of the squads, me personally, I'm going to take a look at the squads. This is going to be the first Puerto Rican team to make it to the Olympics since Jose Ortiz, Eddie Casiano, Roberto Hatton, Carlos Arroyo, who at that time was playing for the Utah Jazz, Rick Apodaca, Christian Dalmau, Elias Ayuso, Peter John Ramos, Rolando Curintinier. Oh, I butchered that last name. I'm so sorry. Sharif Fajardo, Jorge Rivera, and Daniel Santiago, who at that time was with the Milwaukee Bucks. The head coach was Julio Toro. And Puerto Rico, so close to formalizing their run to Paris, their trip to Paris. And again, commiserations to Lithuania, but Puerto Rico have played their cards right. 42 seconds left. Grigonis finally hits a three-pointer, but then that is definitely a definition of too little too late. 76-68 in favor still of Puerto Rico, as everyone in San Juan enjoying. There's going to be partying on the streets, I'm sure. With Puerto Rico so close to being Paris bound. Thanks to Mr. Allende, who says that I butchered Orlando's last name, but everyone butchers it apparently. That made me feel a bit better about myself, but made me feel a bit sad for Rolando. Yeah, and Carlos Arroyo cooked Team USA according to the Bronx Bambino on this chat. Yes, you do remember that as well. One of the best backcourts. Koki mentioned Arroyo Ayuso. Yes, we did remember that as well. That was a very talented Puerto Rico team. And this is a new generation for Puerto Rico. It's probably not going to be, at least on paper, right now, going to be as flashy as that old Puerto Rican team. But then the spirit that they've shown here today, I'm sure will be on show in Paris. And you never know what type of surprises that they are going to make there. Again, congratulations here to Puerto Rico, as we are just practically waiting for the time to wind out here and wait for the final buzzer for them to formalize their entry to the Paris Olympics. Congratulations to Puerto Rico.